Take 1, 2. Microphone check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Microphone check, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody, this is Mia Small coming to you with our first official episode of Sippin' Soul Time. And you are?
I am what you call Mr. Coffee Concierge.
We are a team, a dream team, I might add. Anyway, so it's it's that time of year where everybody's kind of slowing down a little bit, slowing down the pace of life. So we just figured we'll take the time out to help you get to know a little bit more about us. And we're gonna do our first YouTube tag where we get to know each other. So so because it's Sippin' Soul time, what do you have to do in order to do Sippin' Soul? You have to have a little something to sip.
Okay, so here we go.
Let's do a little toast.
Here's my sip.
I'm featuring our green tea with a little twist of lemon. And what are you having today, honey?
And I am enjoying my amazing energy drink. Actually, it is amazing. It actually gives you a lot of energy. So that's what I'm enjoying on this Sippin' Soul time.
Beautiful. Well, let's get started.
Yes.
So glad to have you here right now doing this. It's rare that I can get him on camera. Okay. So I'm going to start with the first question, and we'll ask each other the questions.
So what we was doing, let me get this straight. So you got me on here. You want to kind of do this kind of interview kind of a deal.
Yes.
We're supposed to be interviewing each other.
Yes.
For the purpose of, I guess sharing with the rest of the world and the rest of those that are watching. Somewhat about our life, just kind of like being transparent.
Yes.
That kind of a deal.
Yes.
And so that's what this is all about.
That's what it's all about, getting to know us, the people behind the coffee, the people behind the business.
Oh, so that's what it's about. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that. See you guys later.
Bye,
no, I'm
Felicia.
just kidding.
Bye, Felicia.
I think that's really cool. I think it's really, really amazing. Sometimes when things slow down and, you can get Mr. Coffee to sit down long enough to interview Mr. Coffee, I think it's a pretty cool deal.
The only deal is whatever question you ask me, I have to ask you, and we both have to answer the questions, okay?
Sounds good.
Let's roll. Boom.
Okay.
So the first question is, now tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay, so who am I? Well, I am a dad. I'm a husband. I think I'm a driven person, and I'll tell you what I do. So me being a dad, a husband, of course, I have brothers and sisters and that kind of thing, but, for the most part, my primary responsibility is being a dad, being a husband. And of course, what I do is, traditionally, I'm a school teacher, and, my non-traditional work really is being an entrepreneur. So that's what I do.
Awesome. That's beautiful. And actually, your time to ask me the same question.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what do you do?
So of course, you already know my name, Mia Small, but my AKA name, also known as Mimi. That's my childhood name.
Yep.
And guess what? Who I am? I'm a child of the Most High King. I am blessed to be a wife of 28 years to my little Mr. Coffee here, and I have 2 daughters. We have a son, Sherron Jr., and that's a little bit about our family. Also, in terms of who I am, I like to describe myself as someone who is a servant leader and I like to motivate and inspire others. And what I do is I serve others. I help to serve the needs of others, from my family to the needs of people and community. And I really support my husband and our family in our business. As small business owners, that's what we do, because it takes teamwork to make the dream work. Where he is strong, I may have different weaknesses, and where I have some weaknesses, he has some strengths. So we just play off each other well like that. That's it.
Okay.
All right. So for me, with us being small business owners, I would like to know for you, what's your favorite thing about being an entrepreneur?
Well, let's see. My favorite thing about being an entrepreneur, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did not practice for these questions, because I just really believe in just being kind of like transparent and being kind of like raw. And so my favorite thing about being an entrepreneur, and I think what happens for me is that, and this could happen for most people as well, is that you get to a place where you learn what your favorite thing is, because entrepreneurial world it's always evolving, and you're always evolving. And so as I kind of reflect back on my favorite thing as being an entrepreneur, because number one, I think I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit. That's number one.
Yes.
I've always wanted to sell certain things and do certain stuff. But I think my most favorite thing about being an entrepreneur is really, really, really trying really hard to win, and trying really hard to win. And then what happens is you don't. And then people think, oh man, isn't that crushing? Isn't that a bad feeling? Well, no, it's because through the process of trying to win with whatever you're doing, you just get to learn so much stuff. You learn about yourself, you learn about other people, you learn about what you're made of. So for me, I think my most favorite part about being an entrepreneur is really, really trying to win.
Yes.
And in the end, you ultimately don't, but then you look at the journey of whether it be winning or losing. And you know me, I always say you never lose. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn, but you never lose. So that's my most favorite thing, is just trying to win, not necessarily winning, but then you just kind of experiencing all the stuff that comes in between.
Oh, that's beautiful. I thought it was very powerful. How about you? Are you going to ask me the same question?
I'm gonna ask her a different question, and then I'll come back to that question.
Oh my
So,
God.
how long have you been?
He never stays in a box.
How
y'all.
long have you been an entrepreneur? How long have you been an entrepreneur?
Believe it or not, most people may find this very surprised, but I've been an entrepreneur for about 14 years, believe it or not. So me and my husband have been in this business together going on 7 years this October. And then prior to that, I ran my own home-based business for 7 years, where I did creative memory scrapbooks. And so 14 years as an entrepreneur, and I always enjoyed selling products that I feel like help make a difference in the lives of others and make their lives better.
Cool.
And then,
So just randomly ask me some questions, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
all right, so if you collaborated with another entrepreneur, a present person or a past person, who would you like to collaborate with, and why?
If I collaborated with a present or a past person, who would I like to collaborate with? I think that collaboration is, it's of course it's a powerful tool. You collaborate with those that are seasoned veterans, and of course you can collaborate with those that are really just getting started. So I think there's value in both ends of the spectrum, because I think when you collaborate with the seasoned veterans, then they can tell you what it took for them to get there.
Right.
And then when you collaborate with someone that's kind of like just getting started, you kind of see this fire. You see this this light bulb moment that they have, where they tap into their potential and what's possible, and then it revitalizes something on the inside of you when you see a new person getting started. So when you ask me that question, what would I collaborate about and who would it be? Again, I would collaborate with someone that's just getting started, and also one that's a seasoned veteran, because I believe that's value in both.
Oh, wow. So that's two people.
Absolutely. What's your favorite thing about being an entrepreneur? Did I ask you that already?
No, you never asked me that. I'm so glad you did, though. Okay.
Go for it.
So of course, this type of business, any business, from corporate business to small business, just life in general, one thing we know, there's ups and there's downs. So we like to be very transparent about that. we've had lots of wins, we've had some knockdowns, but there's one of those Marvel movies where I'll never forget. The superhero was a woman, and she kept getting knocked down at the end of the big fight, and it was like, the big climax of the movie, and she kept getting knocked down, but she would get up. She kept getting knocked down, she would get up. She kept getting knocked down, and she would get up, and she eventually won. So that's one of the favorite things that I actually like about this business. It's the person that I get to become along the journey. As an entrepreneur, you actually challenge yourself to grow, to become better. There's a lot of training, personal development. We get a lot of mentorship and support. We definitely read a lot of books, tapes, and go to events and to help us grow and develop within our niche market or profession. So that's one of the things that I love the most about the person that I've come along the way. It certainly helped me with stronger leadership skills. That's one thing that I've learned. That's a favorite thing. And then the second favorite thing that I like about being an entrepreneur is getting to meet people, from customers to business associates. Some of those, between customers and business associates, they become friends, and so we get to go out to dinner together and do team building. We travel together. So I think meeting people and the person that I become along the way.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Good. Okay, give me another question. I'm ready.
All right. Oh, I know he's gonna love this one, y'all. I know my husband well. Tell me your top 3 books, entrepreneur books of all time.
Oh wow, Well, before I answer that question, first of all, I'm just right, really, really. I can get emotional about this part because I just remember, going through, school, whether it be K through 12, and then going on to college to get my degree. I felt like I was just done with, school. I felt like I was done with reading. I felt I was done with studying. And then what I found out is that once I started back, because I'm not a big reader, but once I started back reading books and have a goal of reading, one book a month, it just has been a game changer and a life changer. Because what I found out is that if you don't, spend time continue developing yourself,
Right.
then you become stagnant, and then it's almost like there's no purpose for your existence.
Wow.
Because most people complain, and they get apathetic about life or about their existence because there's no vision that they have. And so when you start to read, it opens up your mind. And so to answer your question, one of my most favorite books is, of course, Think and Grow Rich. I think that's an amazing book that has been a game changer and a life changer for me.
Love it.
My other most favorite book is The Richest Man in Babylon,
Wow.
because these books, they really mentor you about stewardship as it relates to interacting with people, as it relates to having a work ethic, and also, it's really as it relates to, financial stewardship.
Oh, wow.
Those 2 books are, I would say, 2 of my favorite. And I guess my only other book that I get super excited about, and it's not necessarily a book, but then it is a book. My friend, my mentor, the guy that has really been instrumental in changing my life, his name is Jim Rohn. And Jim Rohn is really instrumental in my life. I really listen to his tapes, his books on a daily basis. So when you ask me the 3 books that are my most favorite entrepreneur books, those will be it.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tag, your turn.
So give me your 3
Tag
books.
interview
What 3 books do you like from the entrepreneur world?
Yes, so some of our books are similar, some are different. I definitely like Think and Grow Rich, and my favorite part about that, although I haven't read the whole book, but my favorite part that I love is the Confidence Creed. So it helps you map out your goal, and it has some affirmations that build confidence in who you are and who you were created to be as a person. And then I also like anything Jim Rohn. I love his audio books. He's mostly like a lot of audio trainings that are out there, and the Bible. A lot of that is very foundational.
Well, that's my first one, but
yeah, a lot of that, including Think and Grow Rich, the foundations from those books are from the Bible, biblically based. For example, setting goals and being confident in who you are. Like the Bible says, without a vision, the people shall perish. So that's the same as setting goals. And then the other book that I like is, hang on, let me think. the first year of network marketing. I think because we are network marketers,
Wow.
that book is so powerful
Wow.
and being very transparent in the ups and downs of the industry and helping you understand the path and the journey that you're on in your first year. And then it's so foundational
Yeah.
that if you remember those principles within that, then I think it'll help you go a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And like it helps you to discipline your disappointments.
Yeah.
And that's what I like the most about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, Marky Yarnell. That's the author of that particular book.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and the books that we just spoke about. Really, really, even if you're not necessarily interested in, being an entrepreneur or having a home-based business or even having your own business, these books are personal development books. And I like how again they align with the Bible, with Scripture. Personal development books is just really good information that can help to guide you. Most people say, well, hey, all I need is, the Bible or whatever you read as your spiritual growth. What I believe is that, these books that we have here, they're supposed to be an addition to,
Yes.
what we do, addition to the Bible and different books that you might read. So when you read information that's going to catapult you to a whole different level, it's good for you. And so that's the reason why personal development for us, even without network marketing,
Yeah.
is just one of the key components, I believe. Because without the personal development,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to do this business or any business, to be honest with you.
So true. So true. 'Cause you
So
gotta
next
tell it.
question.
So definitely, just sticking along those lines, what is the best advice you would give to someone who wants to become an entrepreneur or small business owner?
Oh wow. What advice would I give to someone that, well, let me say this, because that's a good question.
Yes.
And so I think number one, you know, most people and a lot of people, they may have this entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
And so one of the ways that you can identify if you have this entrepreneurial spirit, do you are you a open-minded thinker?
That's
Are you willing to take risks?
that's a good one.
Are you full of skepticism to where you can't even move?
Wow.
Most skeptical people I know are broke. And I'm not talking about broke in that they don't have any money.
Right.
I'm just saying in the sense that they don't think outside the box. So a lot of times you can kind of tell if you are an entrepreneur, you have this entrepreneurial spirit, because you're willing to try, you're willing to investigate opportunity, you're open-minded to opportunity.
Wow.
You're not just in this box, this 9-to-5 box, and that's all you're going to do. And I think that's been me, and I recognized that so long ago. Even before I got into my own business,
Yeah.
I recognized that I had this entrepreneurial spirit. So what I would recommend for someone that is considered entrepreneurship,
Yes. What would you
they should
recommend?
take a really good look of how they've been conducting their life up until the point where they're at right now. And what I mean by that is, are you open-minded?
Yes.
Ask yourself those types of questions.
Open-minded.
Are you willing to try new things? Are you willing to investigate opportunities?
Yeah.
Are you okay with not winning?
Wow.
So that will be my recommendation for those that are really looking to get into entrepreneurship. And then here's the good news. If you're looking to get into entrepreneurship, here's a really good question, a really good answer. You probably are an entrepreneur if you're looking to get into it. Okay?
Yeah, that's
So that would be my recommendation.
All right. Do you have
Yeah.
a question for me? I like those.
Yeah, so what would you recommend for someone that's looking to get into entrepreneurship?
Believe it or not, kind of along the same lines. Definitely being open-minded and flexible. I think for us in this journey, when we were when this opportunity was shared with us, we didn't know what to expect. We really didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. But the fact that we were open-minded and flexible enough to say yes, I think it has made all the difference in the world. And that actually took stepping out in faith. We couldn't see the exact path. It was just enough to us to know we wanted more and better for ourselves and for our family. And we knew we needed an avenue to do that. And because this particular business has healthy products that people love. It made perfect sense to us. So on the back end of that, fast forward to 7 years later, what we knew then and what we know now, who we were then and who we are now, it took us stepping out in faith, and it took us trusting and staying on that path and taking action, and just having creative visions, setting goals, setting milestones, reaching those goals to get to where we are now. So totally, I would say my advice is to be flexible. It's the F and F. Be flexible and step out in faith. And then the second thing is, the next thing is I truly believe you need to be resourceful, meaning don't think that you're ever in a situation alone. Between mentorship, the right tools, training, and support and resources you need to be successful are made available or laid out for you, and you have and then you would have everything you need, the perfect package to be a great entrepreneur and have a successful business that can take off.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so
All right.
give me another question.
This is a fun one that I have.
Okay, we gotta do some fun stuff.
Just a little fun
We
one.
don't want to get too serious here.
Yes. I'm thinking what I think he may say because, after 28 years, you get to know a person. But this is a fun one. What's your favorite drink, and what's your favorite snack that you keep on your desk?
Oh my God, what's my favorite drink and my favorite snack that I keep on my desk?
Yes.
Okay.
Cheers to the green tea.
So you now I'll be honest with you now, like, because I'm just gonna be transparent. That's okay, guys? Okay, cool. So my favorite drink, really, like, if on my desk, if it's morning time, of course, it's a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
It will more than likely. I love black coffee when I'm trying to control my weight, because the coffee that we drink, our brand, it has that weight loss component within the coffee itself. If it's evening time, then I really like my OGX Phoenix, of course, energy drink, and then of course, my snack time it's gonna have to be the OGX Phoenix shake.
Okay.
Because I love the shake. The shake is absolutely amazing.
That shake.
So I love the shake, and that's kind of what I do through the process of my day. I have 2 shakes a day, and I have me a nice healthy meal at night. But I gotta tell you this: if I have a steak or if I have fish, I don't mind having a glass, a nice, I don't know, 6-ounce glass of red wine. Red wine is actually one of the things I like to do with fish or with steak. So
Yum.
those are my go-to drinks if if we're talking about and my snack. Oh, I just like I like to snack on like nuts and berries.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah,
I knew I was waiting for him to say nuts.
I like to snack on nuts and berries
He
and
keeps
stuff.
nuts. Oh my God.
Yeah, I like to snack on nuts and berries is because it's just I can pop them in my mouth and
There you go.
it's just one of those healthy things that I try to do from time to time. So
Awesome.
that's what I like.
Yay.
Absolutely. What about you?
I'm so glad he finally got
What are
that.
your favorite drinks and snacks?
I just want to say that I nailed in my mind 2 of the 4 things he mentioned, because I knew that shake was going to be in that discussion for him.
Yep.
And nuts, because we have nuts all over the house. He
Yeah,
keeps them in the bedroom, in the office, and at work on his desk. So there, and in the car, by the way. Like, there you have it. My favorite drinks and snacks. I love, this is our green tea. I drink green tea by day. Green means go, but I drink red tea by night. Red to relax. The red tea has a calming herbal products in it, the Ganoderma and the cordyceps, and they help me to relax at night. So red tea is my absolute favorite drink. I love water, by the way. My snacks, I definitely love fruits such as pineapples, grapes, and I'm also like my husband. I think he probably is the one that got me started. I love a good trail mix. I make my own trail mix, and usually it's like sunflower seeds, almonds, and raisins in my nut mix. So I make my own blend of nut mix. So there you have it. That's my favorite drink and my snacks.
Okay.
Awesome.
So give me another question, and we'll keep moving this thing right along.
All right, let's move it and groove it, babe. All right, we're gonna switch this. We'll switch these questions. Now these questions are different for us, so you can pull from your list. I'll pull from my list. And my next question, I'm gonna go. I know we're out of sequence, but it's okay. Where did you grow up?
Okay. Where did I grow up? Well, I grew up in Tampa, Florida. Born and raised Tampa, Florida. Actually downtown Tampa, not too far from We're talking about only 5 minutes from downtown Tampa. My mom still lives there. You know, I have, of course, brothers and then one sister.
Yes, that was going to be another question.
Yeah,
Siblings.
that would have been another question. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
go
so
for
I'll
it.
just add it all together. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
got 3 brothers and 1 sister. We grew up in Tampa, Florida. All of us actually still live here. My brothers and sisters, they're pretty successful people as well. And so, but yeah, we're just very comfortable with this area, and it was strange enough, none of us moved away to like another state or anything like
Yeah,
that.
that's kinda
And if
unusual.
they did, and if we did go for a short period of time, we came back. I mean, think about it. This is Florida.
Hello, sun
We're
and
talking
fun
about we're
and
talking about the
beaches.
beaches. We're talking
Yeah.
about, you know, the weather. Now the weather sometime, of course, as anywhere, it can be, you know, a little, you know, what do you call it,
Unpredictable.
unpredictable, schizophrenic, if you will. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but it can be a little, you know, one minute you know you wearing a jacket, and then when you leave, and it's burning hot,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
vice versa. So, but Florida is amazing. So
Yeah.
yes, we grew up in Tampa.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you?
Oh, the same. Same. Can you imagine? We are both natives of Tampa, and we're both born and raised, so that's kind of unusual for Floridians.
Yep.
Although he grew up on the west side, I grew up but in the east side of Tampa. My community where I grew up was better known as Progress Village, where we make progress.
What about siblings? You have any siblings?
So my mom, she had just me. I'm my mom's only child, and so yeah, so that's my story. Born and raised in Progress Village, and then now we live about 10, 15 miles away from my home community, and we live in Valrico now.
Yep, absolutely. Well, let me ask you another question. What are your pet peeves? What are some of the pet peeves that you know sometimes we allow for things to get up under our skin, and sometimes it can kind of get us a little flustered, not to a point where you just want to jump off the side of the house or anything like that. But what are some of your pet peeves?
Believe it or not, I think one of my biggest pet peeves when people are not honest and transparent. I like to think that, I'm a good person, people can trust me, and so when people lie and are not honest, that's definitely a big pet peeve of mine, and I don't like being bossed around. For no other reason, I don't like being bossed around, because I feel like people can communicate and we can collaborate, we can compromise, but it's not my way. I don't think life should be about my way or the highway, so that's my biggest pet peeve. And I think the reason that I don't like being bossed around is because I am an only child and I was my own boss, and that's kind of why I probably make a good entrepreneur. Like, I like to be my own boss. Hey, have my own home business. So there you have it. What's one of your biggest pet peeves?
Think about pet peeves that because for me, my pet peeve is kind of consistent with kind of like who I am as a person. And so my pet peeve, when I really think about it, would just simply be like, I like things neat and clean, and I like to, me personally, if I clean, just for instance the sink, I just like for it to stay clean for like 5 minutes, kind of like that. So just stuff like that is my pet peeve. I'm just really I'm particular about things, and it's kind of hard for me to function if things are not neat and clean. And I know that's not everyone, but that's just my pet peeve, and so that's kind of my pet peeve.
I like that. That was just a real reflection of
Yeah,
who you
absolutely.
are, and I think that's probably one of the things for us, because we're like very opposite from what he just said, and then opposites attract. Hey, so real quick question: dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Same here. Tea or coffee?
Definitely coffee.
Definitely tea for me. Like I just said, opposites attract, huh? And then, if we were to go on a dream date, what would it be?
A dream date? Oh wow. Well, I've been exploring a whole lot since being a part of this amazing industry called network marketing. And just so you guys know, our business is network marketing. Our business is multi-level marketing. Whatever name you want to give it,
Direct
that's
sales.
just really what we do.
Direct
And really, I'm not embarrassed about it, and I have to tell you something. This guy told me just recently. Okay, and I'm going to get to your question, but you got to get this. You got to hear this.
Yeah.
This guy told me
Here we
recently.
go.
He said, what happens in network marketing is they invite you out to this meeting, okay, and they throw this big party, get you all excited, and then what they do is they do all that so that you can sign up and get started. So that, they have this 1, 2, 3 steps. They invite you out. They get you really excited.
Yes.
They throw you a big party like you're the most important person in the room.
True.
And then guess what happened? You get emotional and then you sign up. And I was looking at the guy and he said, "Is that what happened to you?" And I said, "Oh my gosh, that's exactly what happened to me." He said, "See, I told you that's exactly what they do." You know what I said to him? I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad they did that to me."
Yes.
I am so glad they
It
did that
changed
to
our
me.
life.
Game changer, life changer. So I don't know what the motive was behind his question,
Yeah.
but I do know that he was very accurate, and it made a whole lot of sense. So you asked me about the dream date.
Yes.
So the dream date for me, like I said, that I've been exploring more, once I came into this industry.
Yeah.
So I think a dream date for me, with you, of course, because I don't have any girlfriends or anything like that. So, and I'm definitely not starting over. So, my dream date would be to
Hello.
visit, another country,
Yes.
somewhere international, like Paris or France.
Talk to me, baby.
Go to somewhere exotic.
Yes.
I know my daughter went somewhere this past. Where did she go?
Spain, Portugal.
She went to Spain and Portugal.
Italy.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
Now, I would rather do it with you and not necessarily with my adult daughters, because they'll try to take over and
As
say,
our daughter listens
they'll
in the
be like,
background.
"Dad, we're doing this," and "Dad, we're doing that," and they'll basically boss me around the whole time I'm up there. So my dream day will be with you, and it'll be at a place like that.
Yeah.
Without my kids,
Beautiful.
that would be perfect.
I'm coming.
My daughter's in the background over there telling me, "I'm coming regardless." See, she already done start bossing me around.
That's so funny.
So that's my dream date. What about you? What would be your dream date?
So I think we've already been on one of my dream dates, because I was like, when we did this one trip with our family, I was like, pinch me, am I really here right now? We were in Hawaii on a private yacht. It was kind of like one of those little tour yachts. And we were in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And we had Hawaiian mountains, the big 5 islands in our backdrop. And the beautiful blue waters, dolphins dropping out of the sky, and believe it or not, a whale came by our boat. It was a whale, mama whale and a baby whale. And so that was like a dream date for me. Although we all jumped out of the yacht and tried to go snorkeling, everybody was snorkeling, but yours truly, because I was hanging on the side of the boat, too afraid to let go because I'm not a good swimmer. So it was kind of a dream date, but it was kind of like a womp womp part of it as well. And then my second dream date that I would love, because
Oh, you got two. Okay.
yeah, traveling international. I would actually love to go to Canada with him, because I would love to be standing on the bridge at Niagara Falls with the mist from the Niagara Falls just misting and falling over us, with the night lights of the Niagara Falls misting onto us and flashing in the beautiful night sky. So with a glass of wine or something. So that would be probably my dream date, to have my husband go to Niagara Falls with me and enjoy that experience, because I've been, and I would love for him to go with me. It was such a beautiful.
Okay, so I know we only got probably time for one, maybe two more questions.
Yes.
So we're gonna do just one, maybe two more questions, and then we're gonna kind of wrap this up, because we wanted to kind of really just do this to give you guys an idea, just some background about us, who we are, and what we like, what our dislikes are, why we're so driven, and why we kind of do some of the things that we do. So give me another question.
Yeah, well, speaking of our dislikes, so do you have any bad habits? Tell us about that. Let's hear.
Do I have any bad habits?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I don't want to be that transparent.
Yes.
Do I have any bad habits? I have a bad habit of, now, before I answer the question now, the thing is that uh, I'm somewhat of a very disciplined person. So even when I find myself having a bad habit, I can cut the habit off. And when I say I can cut it off, I can cut it off for a good little while. And so one of my bad habits is eating ice cream
Yes.
at
That's true.
nighttime.
Yeah.
So that's a bad habit that I have, eating ice cream at nighttime, because that can quickly put on weight. And so I can shut that off, on and off, as I please. And I've done it many a times. But that will be one of my bad habits. I think my only other bad habit that I'm willing to share would be really being really obsessed with making sure everything goes according to plan without any hiccups. And sometimes that could be a bad thing. And so I wouldn't necessarily call that a habit, a bad habit. Actually, what I would call that is a character trait, character flaw that could sometimes help you and sometimes hurt you. So those are the two bad habits that I'm willing to share.
Yeah, awesome. I like those. Those are very good and very true about you.
Yeah. So what about yourself?
Oh, my two
When it comes
bad,
to bad
habits.
habits. Two.
Just two. The list can go on, but definitely one is he's the clean freak. I'm the not so neat freak. I'm the person that'll leave the clothes around. Might let the bathroom go a little bit longer than it should. So so that's definitely not my
She's
strength.
not that bad. She's not that bad.
It's not my strength. Let's just say that.
She's
And
not
then
that
the second bad habit is I watch a lot of TV. I allow myself to have way too much downtime than I should, but I watch too much TV, and I think I need to get better at that and challenge myself to
Yeah.
have more productivity time. Yes. And I'm thinking, I want to know this. This is really good.
This
Tell
is our
me-
last question. Last question.
We'll
We'll end right
wind
here.
down on this. Tell us one thing that we wouldn't know about you, or something that people would be surprised to know about you.
Wow. So one thing that you wish people knew about me, something like
Or
that.
but people would be surprised to know about you.
Okay. well, it's not nothing monumental, but the one thing that some people don't know this. Some people do.
Yeah.
But at age, this is amazing. But at age 42, I decided to take up jogging. So at age 42, I decided
wow.
to take up jogging. What's crazy and why some people may not know that about me is because who starts to jog at age 42?
Hello. I was like,
especially-
is it a midlife crisis or what?
Yeah, and so what's crazy is that my neighbor down the street, he asked me to go for a jog with him around the corner. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't jog. Well, to make a long story just a little shorter, one jog around the corner turned into half marathons.
Wow.
So I had started running half marathons. I had got to a point where I was doing about 25 miles a week just to train. I'll run 4 miles one day, 5 the next day, 6 the next day. So that's one of the things that most people probably don't know about me, that I was addicted to jogging. And now that addiction is over, I'm kind of sad, but I'm also happy also because jogging takes a lot of time.
Yes, it
takes
does.
a lot of time, and it's pretty much like a job,
Yeah.
especially when you become addicted to it. So what I would recommend, that if I wish somebody would have told me this, and I think they did tell me this, but I would recommend jogging just for exercise. So if you did 1 or 2 miles a day, that's enough. 3 miles a day, that's enough. When you start doing 6 and 10 miles a day, like I was doing, that's a little psychotic. Because if I'm not getting paid to jog, then that was just a little bit too much on my body. And for now, that would be my recommendation. But that's one of the things that people probably don't know about me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you? What is that people don't know about you?
He's gonna laugh. Okay. First of all, I do have a creative artistic side.
Okay.
And so, number one, I've been in about 3 plays through community arts theater at the Straz Performing Arts Center. And also, I've actually been a television extra in a TV show years ago.
Yeah.
I think my daughter was probably not even age 1. And the television show was called Second Noah, and all you could see is my hair going by in the background in the airport, based out of St. Pete, and the television show was Second Noah. And we actually recently did a real estate commercial. And every week,
Oh, yeah,
right
yeah,
now
yeah.
today, every week people will say, "I saw you in a real estate commercial." So a lot of people will be surprised to know this about me. But I really need to know this one last question.
Okay.
What is your personality type? Meaning blue, red, yellow, or green. What's your personality type? And we'll
Well,
wind down on that.
Well, I know you know my personality type.
I know, but tell
But
them.
I'll tell you know, I am the personality type of a red.
Yes.
We when you have a red personality, you can be considered, you know, a strong leader. You can be considered someone that's really driven, that don't like to lose, very competitive. You know, you're the guy that's out in front to make sure that your team wins. And so, but here's the thing though. What I'm finding out is that winning is amazing.
Yeah.
But what really gets me going, and now that I'm on this journey, and we've been on this journey now for the last 7 years, it's been longer because entrepreneurship started for me right out of college.
Right.
So when I was
It
21, I signed up with this multi-level marketing company. I didn't do too well, but that's when I really knew that I had an entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
But I want to just say that what really gets me going is that because we've been able to win at so many different times, you know how we have the highs and lows, and when you experience the highs, you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yes.
And then when you go back down in the valley and you're not experiencing, you know, what you want to experience, call it a low. But what has been exhilarating for me is watching other people win.
Yes.
That right there for me is very, so I think that's part of being a red also, because you simply want people to win.
Yes.
You simply want people to realize that they're capable of so much more.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
And when people start to realize that they're capable of so much more, I mean, I heard my mentor say one time, he said, if you decide to get rich, just learn a few simple, just personal development concepts, and then you're off and running.
Yeah, some principles.
When you're just the principles that he talks about. And so what's crazy is that when I heard that and when he said that, if you decide to get rich, first of all, I did not know that I can decide to get rich.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Didn't know it was available
I
to
did
you,
not
huh?
know. I did not know that was even a part of what was accessible to me.
Wow.
And so, yes, I'm a red at the same time. You know, it's pretty exciting to see other people win.
Yes.
So, I know your personality type, but why don't you tell, the rest of the world your personality
I was
type?
looking to see if I had the color on, but my personality type is a blue.
Absolutely.
Let's get it started. And here, the blue is the party person. We like to get the party started, and we like to keep it going. Yeah, I love to celebrate. I love to recognize others. I love to support others. I love, just like you, I love to see others win. So I'm definitely like the party person, which is probably why I even started that first business, because I did a lot of parties with scrapbooking. But also with this business, we get to have parties in our homes. We get to have parties in other people's homes, and just celebrate making their lifestyles better so they can become better for themselves and better for their family and better for the community at large. So I think that's the biggest thing. I'm also a little bit of a yellow because I like helping others as well, making the world a better place. So,
Yes,
but
absolutely.
blue's my biggest bang for my buck because I'm the party girl.
Yes.
But with that said, this party is coming to an end. Thank you for our YouTube tag video, getting to know each other with Mia Small and
Mr. Coffee Concierge. Hey guys, we just hopefully you guys had fun with us. We got a lot out of this.
Yes.
You know, this is actually my first time doing this one-on-one interview style with my wife and of course business partner and the mother of my two kids. So this is my first time doing this,
Yes.
I had a really good time.
Yes.
I didn't think I would have a good time because I'm not really a camera guy. I'm a little shy. But
he's a red, no, don't believe it.
But this has been quite an experience for me, and so guys, we really appreciate you guys just kind of tuning in. I'm going to leave you with this. Whatever you decide to do, whether it be entrepreneurship or whether it be being that faithful employee, wanting to win Employee of the Month. I say this to people all the time. Put all you got
Yes.
into all that you do, and you'll do awesome. See you guys next time.
See you at the top.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now.